today with Cat Chat and Dr. Molly Welly Eckert.
Yes, hello.
And thanks for coming today.
You're welcome, thank you.
This is exciting.
Yes.
Yes, we usually have Allison here, and Allison had a donkey loose.
Really?
So we have my wonderful doctor. You're a surgeon at
yes.
Quick Fix.
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
How many surgeries do you think that you've done so far in your career?
I don't know. We do about 35 to 40 a day, and I couldn't even count. It's a lot.
We're in the thousands.
Yes, thousands.
Thousands
definitely.
and thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So very,
lot.
very professional, phenomenal vet.
Thank you.
Truly.
Thank you.
Truly. So, but we're here today because you were so gracious to jump in.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about heartworm testing.
Yes.
For cats and dogs,
Yes.
even though this is Cat Chat, but it is the season. We did promise one of our viewers that we would always tell the date because it's a little confusing sometimes when they watch what day is it. So today is Thursday, April 9th.
Yeah, that
Thursday,
sounds right.
April 9th.
Yep.
And it is heartworm season. And why do we call it heartworm season?
It's called heartworm season because heartworm is spread by mosquitoes. And so for a dog or a cat to catch heartworm disease, there has to be mosquitoes out. So that's why we call it heartworm season, because it's warmer and there are mosquitoes out.
They start to come back out about this time,
Yep.
maybe
I've already
in May.
I saw a mosquito last week, yeah.
Ah!
In my car.
What?
So they're out.
So, tis the season.
It is the season.
And so we want to get a jump on it. Why?
Because heartworm disease is a terrible disease for dogs and cats to get, and also because it's totally preventable with the heartworm prevention. And it can be, if they do get it, it can be damaging to their heart, to their lungs. It could even cause death. So it's very important to prevent it, and it's very common in this part of the country too. More common even than other parts of the country.
Okay, and so you mentioned that cats get it. That's not a very well-known fact.
No, most people think that cats don't get heartworm disease, but they do. It's a little bit different than dogs because they don't get it as commonly. I think it's maybe 5 to 20% in terms of the percentages that dogs will get it. So it's far less than dogs. And when they do get it, it's a little bit different. They usually have less worms, and then the worms don't usually mature into adulthood in cats. They're called atypical hosts. So it's not exactly the same as dogs, but they do get it, and they can die from having heartworm disease. So that's why it's important to also prevent it in cats.
Because they do so much damage to the heart?
The heart and the lungs. Yeah,
the complications of
there can
that.
be lots of complications like pneumonia, a pneumothorax, like getting air into their chest, all kinds of things that can be deadly for your cat. So it's, even though it's not as common at all, but it's important still to prevent it.
We have used often a triple test here. We test for AIDS, leukemia, and heartworm in the cats.
Yes.
Sometimes those test kits are not available. They actually run out of them, and then we can't get them. But when they're available, typically they're the same price as the combo test. So we just say, yes, we'll get them. We had one cat in 11 years test positive for heartworm test, and he didn't die.
No,
we were able to treat and send him on his way. So he was clear after we treated him. I actually can't even remember what the treatment was.
And actually, that's another thing. The treatment in cats is difficult because a lot of the treatments that we use for dogs are very dangerous for cats. And a lot of times, the only treatment would be to surgically remove the worms. There is a dose of ivermectin that may lower their worm burden if they're given ivermectin every month, but the treatment in cats is a little more difficult because they're more sensitive to the medication, so it can be difficult to treat them.
Okay. Yep. We definitely took care of him, and he got adopted, but I've not seen it only in one cat.
Yeah,
so
it's very uncommon.
Very uncommon, but definitely a concern.
But it happens. Yep.
But dogs, on the other hand.
Yeah.
So, and we're doing this show even though it's Cat Chat, and I never really talk about dogs. We are going to talk about dogs today. A lot of people own cats and dogs.
Right.
So, and this is such an important time of year and important subject because, as you mentioned earlier, it's really easy to prevent.
Yes, it's very preventable.
So what we did was we asked Fanta, and she agreed.
She said yes.
She said yes to being on the show today. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a blood draw.
Yes.
And we're going to show you start to finish when you come to Quick Fix to get your heartworm test, which is typically $20, and we don't add on doctor fees or anything on that. It's $20, and we do the test. And in 10 minutes, we know the answer. Is your animal positive or negative for heartworm?
Yeah.
And we do dogs. We just typically, we don't even offer it for cats to the public.
No.
We do our kitten crazy cats. But for the dogs, we offer it. We know in 10 minutes, and then we go from there.
Right.
So right now what we're going to do is we're going to use Fanta as our blood draw.
Yeah, she's pretending to be a dog.
She's just as good as a dog, and she's just so laid back and easygoing, and she'll probably be real gnarly now that I said that. Right? And so I'm going to be the Hulk holder, because I always say that the person that's holding has all the work.
Yes, they do.
And if you don't hold right, then the puller, nothing goes right.
Yes.
So I've trained people to be a Hulk holder.
Yes.
And here's what we want to do. We're doing a scruff, and trust me, people, this does not hurt these cats.
No.
No. Everybody says, you're hurting them.
No.
Oh, I can't do that. I'll hurt him. Actually, there's a semi-paralyzing nerve right there.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to take my arm, be the backboard, so this cat can't go like this. I'm going to take this leg, this top leg, the tail. See, look at me. I'm doing all the work. And I'm going to pet here, and I'm going to take my finger, and I'm going to pinch off this nerve so that it pops up for you.
And actually a vessel, yeah.
Yeah, the vessel. Thank you. Thank you. See, I've got the doctor here to make sure I do things and say things right.
Oh, Fanta,
and
don't make
so
liars out of us.
Fanta, there's a girly. And so we're getting this vessel to pop up, and we've got a good-looking vessel here.
Yes, beautiful.
Yes, it's nice and thick, and we're gonna. And usually it's the really nice cats that are really bad about this. I have actually been able to hold and test a feral cat, believe it or not, or some wild cat. I know, this is being a Hulk holder. And they lay very still for this procedure for some reason. And there we have it. That's it. That's as fast as it is. See, and if I could get my job done.
And it's even easier in a dog.
Yeah, it's way easier. Yeah.
And this is the test.
There's the test.
Yep. So you just do 1 drop of blood.
I got you. We don't want her to bleed, so I'm holding off this vessel here.
And then 2 drops of the buffer.
There it is.
Takes about 10 minutes.
And then what we're looking for is...
So there'll be if there's 2 lines, that means it's positive, and if there's 1 line, that means it's negative.
Right.
So just a positive or a negative.
Right. So this is doing all of the work for us.
Yeah.
We don't have to look under a microscope. We aren't sending it out.
No.
We're not lying to you.
No.
Because we take the animals in the back, we
Yeah.
do our thing, and we bring them back out because we are so busy
Right.
that we just ask that the client stays out front. We
Yeah.
do our thing, and poof, off we go. So at this point, I think, Fanta, you're done. Thank you so much. 100 kisses a day is the minimum around here.